Are your work weeks filled with online meetings? Well, the temptation is to just flip open your laptop, put on a funny background and let her rip. And for some situations, this is just fine. But keep in mind, your meeting setup reflects not only your credibility, but also how seriously you're taking the meeting. So here are 4 easy things you can do to up your game and zoom like a boss. Okay, so first, let's talk about your location and choice of background. Now this is my typical setting here in my home office with my laptop sitting on my desk. Now I've got a lot of distracting clutter over here and that backlighting doesn't help. So if this is my only choice of location, I'd opt for a virtual background. Now to make a good impression, make sure you're not putting yourself on the Millennium Falcon or on a beach somewhere, because that's telling me you're not taking this meeting very seriously. And whatever you do, do not choose a video background. Instead, I'd recommend a basic home or office background, or if your software allows you to blur your background, you could try that. Try a darker image and try a lighter image to see which one works best for you in your situation. But in any case, you're still going to have a little bit of that strange halo effect, and it's going to make hand gestures a little bit odd, so watch out for that. The best option is to find a natural environment in your house. I have this exposed brick background because I think it adds some warmth and isn't as distracting. And that is the key, to reduce distractions. You are the star of this show. All the attention should be on you and not your background. Now the next thing we need to address is our lighting. And put ourselves in some good light, not like this. This is the natural light that I have in this room. It's overhead, it's drastic, it's not very flattering and puts a lot of shadows under my eyes. Blah. To remedy this, all you need are a pair of desk or table lamps and put them on either side of the camera. They generally offer a softer light and at much more flattering angles. Or if you can sit across from a big bright window, nothing beats a good natural light. So the other thing to be aware of is the glare on your glasses. If you can go without them or wear contacts, that'd be great, because then all the attention will remain on you. One of the easiest things to adjust will also have the most impact on how people see you. And that's how to position your camera and how to put yourself into frame. The first thing to do is grab some books, put them under your laptop and raise that camera to eye level. This will help those of us who might be a little sensitive of our double chins and spare the rest of us from having to look up your nose the whole time. The next thing to do is give yourself a nice, powerful position within the frame. Our tendency is to want to put ourselves more in the middle. This diminishes our power and adds a lot of distracting background around us. Be strong. Dominate that frame. This will definitely enhance your credibility. And while we're at it, make sure that you're speaking into the camera as much as possible instead of looking at yourselves or others. This will help you be more engaging and personable. One of the biggest differences between a strong and a weak presence is your technical setup. First, let's talk about your camera. If you can afford to buy a high-definition webcam, do it. You won't believe the difference that it makes. But at the same time, don't overlook the great camera you've probably already got in your pocket, and that's the one on your smartphone. Smartphones these days have great cameras and should be compatible with all online meetings, streaming platforms, and programs these days. And if you go that route, you'll probably want to invest in a small tripod. That way you'll be able to keep the camera steady and hold that camera up to eye level. Okay, now let's make sure your audio is the best it can be. Now oddly enough, we're more forgiving of bad video than we are of bad audio. It's hard to listen intently if we can't hear you well or if the sound is bad. So experiment with some headsets or some earbuds with microphones, or even better yet, you might try wireless earbuds with a microphone so that we don't have so much visual distraction. But whatever route you choose, get the best sound you possibly can. Okay, that's it. 4 easy things you can do to dominate your next online meetings. But wait, I have one more tip for you. Make sure you blow on that wine in your coffee mug to make sure people know your tea is really hot. Cheers.